like in they're totally in whatchamacallit, Strange New Worlds. Like they're like messing with time with Khan.
I mean, I guess you could factor that in too. You could be like,
So maybe it'll tie in with all that kind of stuff too. That
mhm.
would be neat. I kind of like that idea,
Mm.
but I don't want I don't want any more prequels. I'm done with prequels.
No more prequels. How
Except
about how
I
about
would
yeah,
like
how
them to finish the Kelvin films. Like I think those guys should get together one more time for one last
Everything's a
hurrah, and
prequel.
then I know everything now because Discovery takes place in the 32nd century. They were like, "Oh yeah, you don't want prequels? F you, everything's a prequel." So it's true. It's
F you,
true.
everything's a prequel.
It's true. You're actually right about that. What do you think, Will? What kind of Star Trek movie do you want?
Um, one to actually happen. I mean,
It's true.
we've had a lot of like people talk about it. I think the thing that stuck out to me the most in the article was that they said they've kind of determined how much a Star Trek movie is going to make, essentially. So they go, we've reached the cap of like how much money they're going to make off of a Star Trek movie. So I think they've kind of made the point that they're going to make these. They're going to be these kind of mid-budget. It's my dog Walter. These kind of
Hi, Walter.
mid-budget Star Trek films. So they're going to be probably like maybe $100 million film, and then they're not going to be these huge 250 $300 million films. Like I don't think they're trying to do that. That was the thing that stuck out to me in the article, and I think that I don't know what these movies are. I think we've had so many false starts on the movie end of this. And I think with Section 31 coming out, I think that's going to supersede any type of theatrical film. I would not be surprised if Section 31 gets a limited theatrical run. I would not be surprised if
Oh,
it
that would be
does.
great. Yeah, like Fathom
So,
Films.
because it's gonna, I feel like there's a lot of people are gonna watch it, and I think Michelle Yeoh has a lot of mileage now as an Oscar winner and everything she's done the last few years. So I
She wants to
think,
do more of those. She said she'll come
yeah,
back for a
she did,
sequel.
yeah. She's kind of a down bitch. I love her. She's just down to do it. Like
She says she really likes that character.
yeah, she's talked like early on. There was an interview she had where she goes, "I'm always playing the hero. I never get to play the villain." So her getting to play the villain, she's really enjoying it, which I'm like, work. But
Captain Georgia still to this day, like it totally made an impression on me. I'm always like, I wonder what if.
Yeah.
I think Star Trek should do a what if style show or a
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
So
Philippa,
Okay.
Go ahead, Marcelo.
You first, Marcelo.
Thank you, Father. Philippa Giorgio is one of the most fascinating characters to me. I love her so much that I actually named one of my characters off of Philippa Giorgio. and I would actually love in the Section 31 movie because we already know that there's going to be time travel shenanigans. So for me, it would be really fun if Emperor Giorgio would find a reason to go back in time to the Vulcan Hello and interact with Prime Giorgio. Like we would have two Giorgios working to achieve a goal or something. I know that sounds pretty wackadoo.
That would be kind of crazy because she'd have to fundamentally change what brings her to the point that she's at.
Yeah.
Like because it could also work out. I don't think we're gonna have like too much time travel. I think what's gonna happen is the Guardian of Forever sends her back relatively somewhere, and then we're staying in that time period. I think that's my guess.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. Do you guys think that we're gonna get it like in December or October?
Did they announce when it's coming out?
They haven't, but they're done shooting. The post-production on that is not going to take more than 3-4 months. It's only a 2-hour movie. They could have it ready as early as Star Trek Day. I think we'll get it sometime in the fall or winter. They might hold on to it for Christmas. We're going to get a season of Lower Decks in either August or September. So they'll probably hold on to it till after that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're definitely not getting Strange New World until 2025.
Yeah.
They said that's not
they
coming
confirmed
till next
that. Yeah.
Year. Yeah.
I think that'll come out around this time next year. Like this is this time they're releasing Discovery, so I think next year it'll be Strange New Worlds, and I think 2026 will be the first season of Starfleet Academy. All around like this time, they like to have something in like late winter, early spring type year, time of the year.
Benji has a question. Have we ever had a mirror character meet their prime self? I don't think So
How dare you forget
The intendant.
the intendant?
oh crap! I always forget the
Yeah.
intent.
Refresh my memory. Who is that? Either
Kira's
female or
counterpart.
DS9, Kira.
In that
okay.
leather?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she's
right. That's
awesome.
right. That's right. Thank you guys.
I
DS9.
I
Oh,
have
I
a
wish to
problem.
finish it
It's
one
been
day.
so long since I've watched Deep Space Nine, and then the only season I've watched, like, I've watched season 1 through 3, but totally drunk for this show that I used to do called Drunk Space Nine. Shout
Yeah,
out to Drunk Space Nine.
I remember
So,
that. Our first
yeah, you were
collaboration,
on
I
Space
believe.
Nine, that's right.
Wait, what was it called?
Drunk
Space
Space
Nine.
Nine.
Oh, great. Yeah.
We got drunk and talked about Deep Space Nine. It is exactly
But I
what
never
it sounds
remember
like.
anything. And I don't know, we did a good job
No,
of
we
staying
did
on
it. We
topic.
had an entire podcast that I forgot. I was drunk telling Sohel how hot I thought Cardassian chicks were, and like
That's
shit.
right.
I had no recollection
Listen.
of thinking.
Those,
Much less saying.
listen, you can't put those pigtails on around me and not expect to comment.
God.
You know why do they have like lipstick on like the spoon in their forehead?
They
Like, that's
did.
Like, that's such like
Which
a weird.
they should have
little
made it a
detail.
thing with Zial.
They should have.
Sorry.
Lipstick the spoon? That would be amazing.
Didn't they? Wait, I always thought that was makeup in the spoon because the spoons are
It
different
is.
colors on the
It
lid,
is.
right? Oh,
yeah,
it is
that's
makeup.
makeup. Yeah, it's like mascara or
sorry,
lipstick
I'm-
or something.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm gay.
Welcome. And I'm not homophobic anymore because now you're all here. So this is the gayest show on.
No, excuse
YouTube.
me. What about me and
We
Father
nullify
Ian?
your gay. We're so gay.
Okay.
Your straightness is nullified completely.
Okay.
It's
Thank you.
it's
You don't see these
gone.
blinding rainbows around you?
I don't have.
We're about to
fancy
do a Care
graphics.
Bear stare the straight out of you.
The Care Bear stare.
I'll be right back.
Oh
So,
my God.
since this is your first time on the show, Will, you get to make it show.
To what?
What does
Make
that
You're in
it
mean?
show.
charge.
Oh,
You can
he
talk
said
about anything
Will,
you want.
but I have an
Okay.
idea for Will.
Okay.
Wait, Will, just move your mouth. Stan, go.
I don't want to do that to Will because it's his favorite thing. It's headcanon. I've thought about how Philippa can save Prime Giorgio. She just needs to take the body because Section 31 has better medical technology.
Oh,
So
that's right.
as soon as Burnham beams away, she beams in, grabs the body, and reanimates Prime Giorgio.
But then
Oh my
who-
God, I
who
love that,
would-
Stan. I love that.
The only thing that doesn't happen that we've seen is her body won't be eaten by
Yeah.
Laurel and Voke.
But what are they going to
Oh
eat?
my-
Like then they starve to death, and then the rest of season 1 of Discovery doesn't work if they don't
That-
have
Who
a.
cares about that? What?
No. That tiny woman's body was not sustaining.
There were fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would have been that. What Philippa? I love Michelle Yeoh. This is not a body shaming because she's tiny, but like her body would not sustain people more than a day. So I think they ate her as a last resort. 5 months and 30 days in.
Also headcanon, but in support of your story, perhaps we don't know that there isn't canned people on the ship that they could have just used to sustain themselves.
Canned people?
Canned
They
people.
don't have to have fresh
Bro.
people. They could
No,
have
they
canned
did have
like-
canned people. They were just on the hull.
people.
Oh, they were eating the mummies.
Oh my God.
Yum yum.
This is insane.
Will, you're in charge. I'm sorry.
So Helsed said something to me and I wasn't paying attention. Now I'm in charge of this thing.
Yep.
Yes.
What are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
He told you make it show probably. He likes to
Yeah.
say that a lot.
Make it
Yes.
show.
This should
Yeah,
feel
you
like
can talk
work
about anything you
now.
want.
Make what show? That you have to pay extra
Make
for that.
make
What are
the
you talking
show
about?
show.
No,
He's
no,
listening
you can,
too. He can hear all of this.
Will,
He's
this
gonna-
is
he's gonna
Will,
come
this is
back
your
and yell
job
at
right
you.
now.
Join
This
Will's
is
OnlyFans.
everything you've said about your job right now. People expecting you to do everything without proper
Oh,
guidance.
right, yeah.
resources.
That is it actually. Yeah.
So just
do
figure
all
it
this
out.
work and then- yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you'll figure it out. You know how to convert a PDF. Yeah, stupid. I don't
Will,
know
you
what
you
are we
get
going
to
to
do
talk
what
about? I mean,
Stanley does
well,
on the salon, which is just tell people, "Hey, we're talking about this too long," or "Let's go on this tangent," or we just don't have the graphics. No problematic gay alerts or anything
I
like
could do
that.
my "Don't be a dick" rant.
Do it.
about the. Are we
My
talking about
favorite part
that?
of the yeah, my favorite part of the well, no, not well, yeah, I guess I should narrow it down. Which stupid drama am I talking about? I'm talking about the Variety article. My favorite piece of it was don't be a D-rant, yeah. My favorite part of that article was the behind the scenes numbers where they said 1 in 5 Paramount Plus users is watching a Star Trek show, and of those Star Trek show watchers, 50%, if you're watching one Star Trek show, you also watch 2 others. And it was a really good example for me of my usual rant about, and I'll be very blunt. It's usually a subsect of the legacy wanters. Not all of them. I want legacy. I think most of the saloners want the legacy, want Star Trek Legacy as a series. But there is a subsect of those folks who are, every time anything not legacy gets mentioned, they shit on it. Like every time we see even the slightest update about Starfleet Academy, which I'm super excited about, somebody will pop in and be like, nobody wants this, give us legacy. And that article, I think, really highlights how self-defeating that dickishness really is. We should, all of us, whether you like it or not, watch Star Trek Prodigy as soon as it's available in your country. Watch all of the Treks, because if nobody watches Star Trek Starfleet Academy, they're not going to think, oh, the Paramount people, they're not going to think, oh, well, I guess everybody wants Star Trek Legacy, so let's just do it. They're going to see a Star Trek show failing and think Star Trek generally is not a safe bet anymore. So the best thing people can do if you want Star Trek Legacy is support the Star Trek that we get in the meantime so that we get more. End of rant.
I like that.
Trek
But,
yields more Trek.
But as someone who doesn't read comment sections anymore because I don't like dealing with that side of fandom, it absolutely drives me crazy anytime somebody brings up, oh my God, they're not doing Legacy. And I'm like, guys, it's really hard to write and produce Star Trek. Let's just be happy with what we're getting. Why can't you just do that? Try that for a while. But unfortunately, people aren't like that.
I try to keep an abundance mindset about it. Like, we can have all the Treks. Like, it's cool. Chill out. Like, just wait. Like,
it's like ice cream.
It's
right?
like, yeah.
People need to be realistic with like their hopes and their expectations. And
yeah, we were talking about this on Trek Yards, and I was like thinking, I was thinking about it. It was like, oh, like if you only had a limited budget, which actually they kind of do, I guess, and you could only have one show, which was, and I couldn't decide because I like so many of the directions Star Trek can go in. But I do know that at my core, I always like going forward. So technically, that means Academy would win because it's the 32nd century show. We're going to see like new, really new stuff potentially and things like that. So yeah,
it's going to be the OC in space. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be the OC in space.
Okay with that. I'm okay. Or Dawson's
I'm fine with that.
OC in space. Yes.
I always hearken this kind of fan behavior to like what happened with the Snyder cut of Justice League, like where these fans relentlessly harped on to HBO for a while to get the cut, which I think they make a fair point. I think that they're different situations, and I think we kind of got Strange New Worlds out of the kind of backdoor pilot that season 2 of Discovery is, and I think now some of this small subset of fans that are very vocal, but statistically, based on what the Variety article has told us, a very small minority of the fan base who keep asking for these things. They think that if they just keep talking about it, it's going to happen. But it's like, if you don't support the other shows,
not only that, I feel like
you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
Bringing up Strange New Worlds was great because remember how wholesome that campaign was to get it going. Like people were just like nice about it, and they were just like, "Oh, we love Captain
Yeah.
Pike. We'd love, finish this show that started 50 years ago and with a pilot and
Mhm.
like all this stuff." There's a lot of positivity around it, and no one was saying. Well, there were probably people. Actually, there were probably people saying like, "Make this instead of Star Trek Discovery or whatever." But I feel like that set is a lot bigger in the Star Trek Legacy thing, and I have to say, I think it's because of the people that kind of, you know, I don't like to name them because the algorithm might pick it up or whatever. But these other channels that like are like the yellow thing with the glasses and all, what I'm talking about. Those guys were so like they kind of like got their what are they called, the fandom menace or whatever, to be behind Star Trek Picard season 3, claiming that this is the way, like there's a correction or whatever and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so now all those people are like thinking that's the only way that Star Trek can return to its like true self, is to like be Star Trek Legacy. I think, yeah, I would love a 25th century show, but now I'm kind of like, I don't even tweet about it because I don't want to be associated with those people, first of all. But
Yeah.
also, like, I wish it was called something else, like Star Trek Legacies, like plural, or just another name, because I feel like Legacy makes it sound like it's only going to be the legacy of one character or one group of characters, where I think if you're going to
Yeah.
do a Star Trek show about legacies, like let's go broader and maybe pitch it that way, that it's going to be a legacies plural show, and that would
Well,
be
it
cool.
sounds like it's going to be a made for streaming movie.
No, I think that's the thing that Sir Patrick Stewart wants to do, which is I'm hoping, my hope is that that's going to be pure TNG cast, no one else. Let's get them back on in a movie to like do something cool.
Oh, I can't deal. They had their ending with the end of Picard, like they're ended.
That was like
no
kind of like
more.
a see you later. It wasn't really an ending. They're
No.
all like,
Oh, it called
That,
him
I,
to-
that, I
no,
would
no, it
I would
wasn't.
be so annoyed with that.
Star Trek Picard, Gollum with the Wind.
But no, like I think Alex
My
Kurtzman straight up
precious.
said like yeah, we'd like to do like a Picard follow up, like as one of the, like, I don't think they're gonna make anything called Star Trek Legacy, but I think that they'll do something with Captain 7 of 9 on the Enterprise G, and I think that they'll probably do it as one of these made for streaming movies. He pointed out how it's so much cheaper to do like a made for streaming movie. Like you could do that as like, it just costs like what it would cost to make like 2 or 3 episodes of a TV show, as opposed to, like over $100 million as making like a big, Hollywood movie. So yeah, do like a couple of those. I suggested on Text Trek tonight, like, hey, we have First Contact Day and Star Trek Day. Maybe release a made for streaming movie on those days. Do like a new one every year, and then do like a sequel. Like, give us like a Section 31, and then give us like a sequel to it one year. But also do like Captain 7 on the Enterprise G. And I would love if Terry Matalas is busy doing something else. He's talking about how he's working on other projects right now. But Kirsten Beyer, who wrote a lot of the post Voyager novels, and they said like, she was responsible for a lot of like keeping things in canon or as closely as possible with like early Discovery and early Picard. She's like an expert in Voyager. Like I think she would be great at, she's written a lot on these modern Trek shows. I think she'd be great to helm a show or helm one of these made for streaming movies. So I say give her something with 7 of 9 in the Enterprise G captain's chair.
And if she eventually gets a show, I'll be happy, because if she gets a show, that means David Mack can finally step into a
Yep.
proper, Star Trek writers' room. I'm so excited.
That's
for
what
that.
That's what he told us. He said
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
BFFs, and yeah, when she's worked her way up to showrunner, then he'll be on one of the Trek shows.
Does it bother anybody that when Seven finally became captain, she was given basically like a sort of, I don't know, how can I say this without sounding dumb, but I really thought I really think that they should have gave Seven another version of Voyager instead of a new Enterprise, because
that would have been interesting.
Because I think personally, I think it just feels like they stripped off the Titan and they put the Enterprise's name on it. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not like you just
They
took
totally
the
did a
paint off and
Yorktown. They did a
Yeah.
Yorktown.
Everything is weird with that ship. It's very, but I like it. I like the design of it so
I do
much that
too.
I forgive the weirdness. But it
I
is
still
totally
think they
bad
should
shit.
have given well, let me backtrack to the question. I actually don't love everything that they did with Seven's character in Star Trek Picard. I love the addition of the badassery, but particularly in season 2 and in season 3, it's like they completely forgot that she was a brilliant scientist and that she had experience with the Borg. In season 2, there was some the Borg side of it, but they completely negated her scientific background. And then in season 3, it like kind of flipped. She got no scientific anything. They just completely replaced that with command stuff, which makes sense. But again, they completely negate her Borg past, even as she was fighting the Borg in the later episodes. And so, yeah, it was just a little wonky. To the Enterprise bit, I think it would have been great if they gave her a new Neo Constitution Enterprise, like a new Enterprise, a different design, preferably, just to be cool. But because of budget, give her just say it's a new Neo Constitution. The Titan is still out there. The Titan A is still out there. Don't disrespect what that crew just went through and rename the ship to this other ship's name that was about to be decommissioned. Like it's just a weird mix of let's try to get as much masturbatory nostalgia out of people.
Or it might have been like I don't know
I'm
if I'll
already
ever be able
blocked,
to.
but he
Or
might.
it could have
he's
been
go ahead and
like
block me.
the crew could have been just like, I don't know if we'll ever do this again. Let's just throw in the kitchen sink, right, and name an Enterprise or something like that. You know, it's like
I actually
was
don't
just
have
weird.
that strong of feelings about it. Like it doesn't really like bother me that much. Surprisingly, I think I'd be more invested in like the name of the ship, but it doesn't. I agree with Stan. Like that all makes sense, but I don't know.
I'm
still
only
think it's a
passionate
terrible
about it
show.
because it felt emotionally manipulative.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, like yeah, I get it. It's the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that we have the first queer captain of the Enterprise, although they did kind of ignore that aspect of her character in season 3.
In retrospect, looking back on Picard's run, I really wish that they had like one single guy or a group of people that kept the story continuity between seasons, because the issue with Picard is that essentially for every season you had a different showrunner. So there was not a person that could serve as a quality control for either three of these showrunners. So I think that would have greatly helped these individuals when they were coming up with their stories that they wanted to tell for their specific seasons. And maybe
Yeah,
if we had like a person that was in charge of continuity, maybe some of the issues that Stan brought up wouldn't have been there, because these writers wouldn't have stepped on these mine holes if they were
Yeah.
told by the continuity writer, you can't do this.
I think it's also a problem with the current streaming methodologies. Like I don't know like I'm not in entertainment, so I don't fully know, but it just seems to me if you're going to have not 26 episode seasons but 10, write the 10 before you go into production. Like know where your story is going.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I know
Well,
that's not how
they
the
don't.
studios pay, and it like
There you go.
but yeah, like season 1, they had no idea how it was going to end as they were filming episode 4.
Oof.
As late as episode 4.
They didn't know how the finale was going to end while filming the finale. Like the end of
Oh
it, it
my
was they
God.
like edited that in. Like they didn't know how it was going to end at all.
Oh, that's right. They added in the was it the Gollum aspect or there
I did not know this.
I don't remember.
You guys are
It's
blowing
like
my mind right now.
yeah, they added it. There was a reshoot that happened that filled in some stuff. Like
Oh my God.
I thought the battle they did that really quickly. I think it was with all the ships showing up, with all the
Oh, that's
Inquisitors
right.
showing
Yeah.
up.
I
That
just
was
wanna
like
know
a
what do
last minute thing. That's why it has the copy paste fleet, because it was supposed to be like 3 or 4 different types of
yeah.
ships, and they didn't have the time or the budget to render all of them, so they just had the one ship they just repeated.
Yeah, it didn't have many details on it. Like it looked like it
Mm-mm.
had like
It was really
it
flat.
was a rush job. Yeah.
It was also
Yeah.
no details like missing a deflector dish.
I
Yeah.
just want to know whoever the writer was that came up with the giant flowers that envelop starships. I want to know whatever he was on at the time.
Yeah, that
Those
was
look
so
that was
cool, though,
that was
like-
Michael Chabon.
They look
It's
Yeah,
very-
it was such a
on my
Chabon move.
on my OLED TV, like in space. I got like the really deep black levels and those colorful flowers
Yeah.
moving around.
The
Like,
show
it's
is beautiful.
to watch.
Yeah,
The sound
I got
design is incredible when the Borg cube comes out. That
Mhm.
Oh yeah. It's such like
if
a
you-
cock tease though, because then like the Borg cube just crashes and doesn't do anything. The Borg just like chill there, and like they don't.
everything about the Borg in season 1 didn't matter. Seven's
No.
badassery ended up not mattering. Like
see?
she let herself get reassimilated only to get all of the Borg drones sucked into space,
Hey,
pushed into
someone had
space.
to defeat
Nothing.
Narissa, like one of the most memorable, important Trek villains ever. Like, don't discount that.
That's true. Love the
Oh
cat.
my god, that woman, I wanted to.
Peyton List. I think the actor is very cute.
Yeah.
Hey, breeders! If you're gonna be straight, keep it in the bedroom. All right. Don't have to
Rubbing
rub
our
it in our
face.
faces.
This is my bedroom. I sleep on the bridge of my
Pushing that
starship.
lifestyle on us.
And just for continuity, my bed is right over there.
All right,
Just
fine.
I'm sorry. Are you hitting on me right now?
No.
Felt like an invitation. I am declining.
So everyone knows my bedroom is
I'll have you know I'm a married man.
this way.
Yeah, I know.
This way.
Oh,
The
little-
we beat a dead horse enough, but like I just thought it was funny that they renaming a ship that's already been in service is actually considered bad luck in the Navy.
Mhm.
So
Oh, really?
like
Yeah.
so renaming a ship is actually bad luck. So them doing that always just kind of made it tickled me a little
That's
bit.
why we
because
don't
it's
have a
bad
Star Trek
luck.
Legacy.
What are
Yeah.
the rules
It's
if
Jerry
you're
Metalis'
captured?
own fault. It's his own fault.
Mhm.
Oh,
If he didn't
It's his own fault.
rename a
It's bad
ship,
luck. It's bad
he would have
luck.
had his
His own
show
show.
That
greenlit by
ship was
now.
always okay. Here, I cracked the code. Here's the reason why it didn't bug me that much is because that ship was always bonkers from like day one. It did not make sense to me because it's like, okay, we had like a Luna class Titan, but it somehow got refitted into the Neo Constitution or the Constitution 3, which looks like the Shangri-La. And there was a Shangri-La class ship called Titan, but this is not that. It's the Luna class, but it looks more like the Shangri-La, but
It's
it gets
masturbatory
renumbered as an
nostalgia.
A, like none of that makes sense. It's just like, oh, here's the design that got approved. Here's the design that Alex liked and that the other higher ups like. So that's the one we're going with. But we also really want it to be Riker's ship. So we're just gonna say like, okay, the Titan looks like this now.
Which
It just
after
makes
you
me
finished
know that
watching
Terry-
it made no sense that it didn't need to be Riker's ship. Because the whole plan of it being Riker's ship didn't work. Like
Yeah.
he walks on board and they're like, shut up and sit down. That could have been any ship. So why
Yeah.
did it have to even be the Titan? It didn't make any sense.
It made me realize that like Terry Metalis is definitely is on the same like Instagram and Twitter pages we are all on, because he picked out Bill Krause, who was like like I think this Trek community knows him well for his his incredible model making, but like that's a very niche person to go to and be like, hi, can we steal 3 of your ship designs? Like that's like I know
That is
Bill
very
has worked in
true.
the industry,
However,
but like
if you gave me a Star Trek show, I know the artist that I would go to on DeviantArt to be like, hey, I want to make your ship canon.
yeah,
Also,
but I do
on Bill
think it's funny he's done it, because I just feel like Terry Metalis has like there's like on his like in his computer there's like a little Star Trek box, and you a little
Or a
folder you open
list.
up, and it's just like a bunch of saved Star Trek ships he likes. and he's just like this one, and it's just like that made me laugh because it's very like he is one of us, that made me laugh. But
Well,
it is
like,
a
he
very
was on
niche thing for
Voyager.
him to like find.
You want to hear something
But
funny?
guys, on the Bill Krause thing, real quick, like, go look at the design for the Endurance. That's what I was hoping the Enterprise G was going to be. It's like a really
It
beautiful.
was rumored
design.
too that they were going to introduce another ship, but they kind of ran out of money when they spent $12 million rebuilding the Enterprise D bridge.
Yeah,
They kind of ran out of
They
money.
had to pick one
They
thing.
Hey,
said
did you
they
guys
had to
hear that they rebuilt
Yeah.
the Enterprise D bridge? Did you guys hear about it? Did you
Oh,
know that they did that?
But
we're still talking about it.
when we interviewed Doug Drexler on Text Trek a couple of weeks ago, if people want to check that out. But one of the things that he was telling us was he got messages from the production designer on Picard, David Blass. Or that's his name, Blass, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
he thought this guy was like just some fan because like this guy was like sending him like, oh, I'm a diehard Star Trek fan. Here's pictures of me cosplaying as like a little kid and stuff. But like, I love your work so much. And then he's like, I'm the production designer on Picard, and we want to hire you. And he was like, what? Like I thought you were just like some like nerd, just like telling me that you like my ships and stuff. Like I didn't even realize like you're like a guy who could. And he was saying how it was so funny because they treated him with so much respect. Like he felt like he was the one in charge. Like Terry Matalas would come up to Drexler and be like, "Hey Doug, do you like this design?" And like ask him for his opinion on it. And I asked him, "Oh, so like Rick Berman never did that? Rick Berman never asked you what did you think about something?" And he laughed his ass off. He was like, "No, hell no, Rick Berman never did that."
Of course not. No, but to Father's point, it's really nice that these ship designers are really getting the recognition that they deserve with this new sort of brain trust behind Star Trek as more and more of these designers keep getting asked back to contribute to new iterations of Star Trek. That it's really nice that so many years later these individuals are getting their due. So that is really nice.
We need more than anything else in the design world the 32nd century Jaeger class. Where is it?
We're gonna get a lot of 32nd century stuff because we have a whole season of Disco to go, and then the Academy show is gonna be in the 32nd century. So
Yeah.
I'm looking
the other
forward
thing,
to more stuff from that.
the other thing,
era.
the other thing that I'm really looking forward to about Starfleet Academy is that I want the whole first season to be completely, based in the Academy. I do not want one whiff of any of the cadets getting on any ships ever until they get out of the first year. Because if they start introducing ships, I'm like, oh, they're gonna think of reasons to get to move them away from the Academy, and then I feel it's not a show about the Academy anymore. It's about the Academy and sending our cadets on different space missions to God knows where. So I would really like
Red
the show
Squad.
yeah. So I would really like the show to be based.
It's Starfleet Academy.
firmly-
Starfleet Academy, Marcella. Starfleet. A fleet.
Thank you.
You need a fleet.
Thank-
They're
thank
going to be on a fleet.
And you need
like-
stars.
and stars. It's
Oh.
not sit on Earth all
Sounds
day.
like there's gonna
Academy.
be spaceships.
I just hope that I hope they bring back that hot Orion kid.
I just need an entire class of cadets who think they're the stars.
Yes.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Drag
no,
Race
no.
meets Star Trek. It'd be great.
No, but I'm very, very excited to see what Starfleet Academy looks like. I'm really excited to see what Tandy Newton brings to the table as a direct contributor to the series. Like at first I was a bit nervous, but I was like, you know what? She could do a good job.
Yeah, I think she's.
I think she's the Trekkie in the room too. She knows a lot about.
Oh
Star,
yeah,
a lot
that
about
is
Trek.
true. Yeah, she's a pretty
Yeah.
big fan.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna be really, really fun to see the OC in space. Oh, I can't wait.
What do you guys think? I posted this little thing in the private chat I don't know, it didn't do the bullet points like it was supposed to, but it's just like little topics
Oh, goodness, I
from
didn't
the
even
variety.
see
Oh,
that.
what is this
Oh, let me-
mess
let me
you
go
want me to
look.
read?
No, I'll read it to you guys now. So the
Ugh.
topics we could.
It looks like an old. It looks like an old TV guide description.
This looks like a boomer comment on somebody daring to say, "I kind of like Star Trek Discovery" on Twitter.
Punctuation optional.
By the way, I just
Are
noticed we're
doing-
simulcast on
So
the
Hal,
salon
do we not
tonight, which is
do we
really
not
cool.
read all the comments anymore?
We do.
on-
We still read the comments.
Oh,
I've
well-
been putting them up.
well,
I,
We haven't
I
been
only
reading
read
them.
the hypocritical Trek culture tweet comments, so that's my filter these
I
days.
have a question that is based on something a friend of mine expressed concern about Strange New Worlds being less about Captain Pike and more about Captain Kirk, or like
Oh,
Captain Pike
yeah.
leaving the show.
Yeah, I don't
And
think that's.
I said, didn't I say that?
I don't know. I don't remember who it was. I think I
Yeah,
don't
that
think it
was-
was
that
you,
was
but maybe you have
Robbie.
the
That
same
was-
concern. Oh, okay.
It was Robbie who said
It was.
Oh, it
it
was
was probably
Robbie.
Robbie. You're
I
right.
don't think people should be too worried about that. There's Anson Mount's not going anywhere. I don't like everyone keeps like wanting to be like, oh no, they're gonna get rid of him and replace him with Kirk, but like the show doesn't want to like run up into TOS. It's trying so hard to avoid that. Star Trek Discovery season 2 was 2258. Both seasons of Strange New Worlds have taken place in 2259. Like they're trying to stay as close to Discovery and as far away from the original series and give themselves as much time and space with Pike as possible.
Yeah.
I hope
I
so.
think-
I said
you
I'm
know
not
what?
worried either, but
I think if Kirk does come into Strange New Worlds, it'll be in the very, very last episode of the series.
He's already coming
Like,
to
he's
it.
already in Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, no, yeah, hold up.
Oh, you mean
but-
like if he takes the show, like when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
takes
yeah,
the
yeah,
show?
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
When he takes the ship, I think it'll be the very, very last episode of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
think that'd
with
be a
that,
great
but he's
way
gonna
for
be
it
a-
to end.
But I think
Yeah,
they
right.
want him to be a part, and I think it's clever how they're like putting him in the show, and I love the reference to Carol Marcus that they made last season. And
Yeah,
I'm really hoping we get more of that.
yeah.
I
I
know
want-
Carol
I want
Marcus,
Maybe
Carol
maybe
Marcus
he's
to-
already taken over the ship.
and we just don't know about it. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe-
that's why Pike was so indecisive at the end of the last episode. It's actually Kirk in a body swap we haven't known yet.
Oh my God! You just put that thing in my brain. It's gonna fester, Stan. That's gonna fester.
Wait, repeat that because my mom was talking to me. What did you say?
Sorry, I just I love the nerdiness of us talking about Star Trek, and then hey, sorry, my mom wouldn't stop talking. What'd you say about Star Trek?
Shut up, Mom! Santa's talking to me about Star Trek.
I'll take out the trash.
Gosh!
I'll take out the trash later. This is honestly the growing up I wish I had.
He's telling me his Captain Pike theory. Okay.
Can Mom pop in and start showing us embarrassing pictures of young?
I like how my voice went back to
That would be
straight
fantastic.
bro voice for
God. I don't even remember what I was. I was making a really bad. I'm crossfaded joke about not crossfaded. I'm high. I was trying to make a dumb joke about maybe Pike and Kirk have already body swapped and we just didn't know. That's why Pike is acting so
Did
weird.
you mean that as like a gay thing, or
Oh.
like as like they like actually like
Oh.
swap bodies?
No, they've actually fucked, but
Well, I
Kirk-
thought he was concerned that gay
Kirk
people had the
fucking
superpower to
Pike.
body swap, and I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
we do." I'm actually so hale.
listen, that's the only AI I support. I'm immediately regretful of that. I'm no AI, none of it.
I've turned into a cat.
Oh, he has the cat filter.
I'm actually not a cat.
That lawyer video was so funny. Your Honor, I could actually continue, but I'm not actually a cat. Um,
Make it show again. I'll be right back. I have to go.
Oh
feed
my
the-
god, who's gonna make it show?
Oh.
Mom, I'll feed the cat in a minute.
Can I ask y'all a question? Who
Please.
here is going to Star Trek Las Vegas this year, 2024?
Oh wow, I'm the odd man
Hell,
out because
you
I
need
ain't
to
going anywhere.
go. No, I
Is
think
Sohail going?
Joel in our live audience is going. I don't know. I try to talk him into it, but he's always, he's kind of.
Somebody ask Sohail's mom if he's allowed to go.
Yeah.
Mom.
Let's get her and him both. Like it's a package deal. Let's fly both of them to
Let's do it.
Vegas.
Yeah. Other people bring parents and spouses and friends.
Well, like I'll buy Mrs. Starfleet Mom. I think that's her official title.
Yes.
I'll buy Starfleet Mom a drink at the Masquerade bar at the Rio.
That's actually something that was really lovely last year was Trevor's husband came and Matt's partner came, and both of them are like, they're kind of into Star Trek, but nowhere near at our level. So they were able to nerd out with us a little bit, and then they could go off by themselves as like the significant other's corner and just talk about us behind our back.
my
It was
God.
super cute to see them.
It's like, there's always that little cluster of like men holding purses in like department stores waiting
Ah.
for the wives that are trying on clothes. That was Raphael and Jared. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
Instead of a
fucked.
purse, it's a toy phaser.
right.
They did not.
Honey,
don't
hold my
think it would work.
phaser.
Oh my god.
Hold my face.
If I had, oh god, I could. So I'm able to broadcast this to our channel, but I can't put up our content. So many problematic gay alerts in this chat because of me.
Mm.
I mean, all of us, but especially
Stanley,
So
if you
it's just-
Dropbox them to me, I'll upload them, and then I think I can give you control. I don't know.
Sounds inappropriate.
Oh no, I don't
Hey,
have.
I
don't have- no, I don't have
hey,
it.
Hey,
No,
do
I
not
don't
give
have
Stanley
it.
control because I asked you for that
No,
3
no.
weeks ago.
I have
If
the.
you give Stanley control, I'll
No,
be
I just
pissed.
remembered. Yeah,
Stan, you're causing
you
fights.
just have to prompt
I
me
could-
to do it. I'm the thing. I don't have the ability to give other people control to my channel because I'm on a grandfathered in cheap plan, like from when StreamYard started,
Oh.
and I don't want to change
Okay.
it to the better plan. So I have no whatever you call it, team members or
Teams,
whatever.
teams, right,
Yeah, teams
teams.
or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, it's letting me do this.
Oh, there you go. Look.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Can I
nice.
use my stuff? Do I have access to my shit in here?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
There's something
And
calming
I-
about that song.
Yeah.
Um,
I just clicked the present button and then I was able to upload it from my computer.
Stan,
The
I
next
like those,
question
I like
or
those drops that you have. Like,
yeah, those
Say-
are great. Your
say
show's tight.
Oh, thank you. Something in my life should
You
be.
You and you and Trev do a great job. In fact, I put Trev
Thank
in
you.
the position I'm used to seeing him in because it's weird when he's not
God
there.
used to being a top.
Yeah, that's not how I'm normally presenting, but sure.
OMG.
Sohail, you were
Yeah.
you were being yelled at by your mother
Oh,
earlier,
yes.
and so we didn't hear.
Mom-
Are you going to STLV?
I think so. Mom's super down to come, but she's not down to come to the, as she put it, Space People Convention. So she'll
Well, y'all
She-
can stay at the
Your mom's
Rio.
like, I'm not hanging around a bunch of those fucking nerds.
She actually-
I'm not into that nerd shit.
Does she know that we're from Earth?
Shit.
she does.
Your
and
mom is
yeah,
cooler than all of us.
She also she kind of is, but she also
you'll
like
see me at the Magic Mike show. Bye.
that's true. That's where she'll go. That's totally where she'll go.
I'll meet you at Smash Burger after.
She got lost in San Diego. I was so worried, but she was such a boss about it. She found her way back to the hotel.
I think if we all went and took Sohail's mom, that's the only way I would go to the Magic Mike show.
Aw.
Because if it was all of us and Sohail's mom, then I would
That
go.
would be rad. She's super down to come. I think I'm gonna try to come this year. Like genuinely try instead of like half-ass try. I have really good reasons for not coming in the past, though.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'm proud of all of us at this moment because the amount of times he said
I know.
some variation of "I can't come
Just
anymore."
push the button. Just push the button.
I wish I could
I was
come. but haven't
I was
come in a
tempted to say
while.
I was tempted to say I was like, oh well, you're coming this year, but are you gonna go to STLV? Like I was so tempted to be like, oh, so you're gonna come this year.
But you're only
But that's great. But are you going to STLV?
he's tried to come.
I sat here.
but only
my
half
finger was on the unmute. I was gonna unmute, and I sat there. I was like, I don't know if there's a time to say this. I thought about it.
Hey,
I'm not a proud man.
hey,
I would have done
he
it.
said he had good reasons for why he hasn't.
Yeah,
You did I'm sure that they're perfectly valid.
I got your back, so
Sometimes I just get busy.
I like this pee pressure thing.
I'm sorry?
Pee pressure.
From
So
Joel.
You know, his mom watches the show sometimes. Well, does she watch After Dark or only
My
the?
mom.
she doesn't. She
Okay.
doesn't know about this channel. I don't have
Thank
it on
God.
her iPad. Only
Thank fucking
that's
God!
why-
Some of the shit I've said on here.
that's why Starfleet Sohail Actual is rated PG-13. So that's why we don't. That's why we have an After Dark show. So. The title of this episode is "Does After Dark Matter?" Clearly, it does.
Is why
Because
can't
we're having
Sohail
a
come?
He's gonna come.
Door
He's
Coming
check.
this year,
Stop.
he just has to schedule it. He just has to. He's coming this year. He just has to schedule it out.
You know,
Sohail
He has to
Sohail
get-
is coming.
He has to get with his people to decide when the best time for him to come would be.
wow.
Just put it on my calendar and I'll approve it. Like it's fine.
He
We'll
has
just write the
weddings that he's
date.
working as a photographer. He doesn't want to come in those venues unless invited to.
Should never come unexpectedly at a wedding.
Yeah,
No, you should.
you should always RSVP
Rude.
by the deadline.
What about to Star Trek events? You should just come to Star Trek events whenever you want.
You should
right?
come early and come often.
Oh,
And in costume, preferably.
Yes, come in your
You should come
costume.
you should come in costume.
Oh, I need to order some of my cosplay because it's gonna take a while to get over here. But I have some ideas.
What are you coming as?
I am going to show up dressed up in I'm gonna get the Strange New Worlds green Captain Pike wraparound, I think, and then I want to get a TOS style Kirk, just like gold shirt, but get the lettering Kirk is a jerk printed on the back, like the TAS episode Practical Joker.
So you're coming in a wraparound.
Fuck.
And then there's like, I'm sure you can come up with like a Kirk is a jerk, some type of like jerk off something. I'm sure that was, I gave you all
start it.
kinds of ammunition there. So
I didn't start it.
But Trevor's
Wow.
known to finish.
I don't have that. I don't have that quick pervert.
It's funny 'cause
wit
it's
to
true.
I can't keep up with that. Y'all are
I'll
too
be
fast.
coming in this.
I just.
I'll be coming in this.
Oh
And
God.
It's gonna be a surprise.
The gray one.
It's gonna be a surprise which one I'm coming as.
You're
Either
gonna get road rash on your balls. That thing's
The-
fucking terrible.
I'm either coming as the guy from Edo or I'm coming as Deanna Troy. Either way,
Oh
I'm
my
coming.
God,
Can,
if I die of laughter,
you
I'm
need
gonna blame you.
can you get a Troy costume? Can we put you in Troy drag? You can keep your beard, but we'll put you in a wig and like then we'll find Marina. I don't know if she's coming to these, but we should go have a picture with you and Marina.
She loved our Troy Boy shirts last year.
She did
Yeah.
love the Troy Boy shirts.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome! It's her birthday today. So
Happy birthday,
Oh, yeah.
Marina.
Marina.
Birthday, Marina. We're sorry this was so filthy.
I'm not. I'm
She's not
sure
either. I
Marina's
think
not
she
either.
likes kind of.
She probably would have thought it was hilarious, so it's fine.
oh my God.
Bonnie Gordon just had a birthday, I think
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, lots of people in March. It's crazy.
It was just like Nimoy's birthday was not that long ago.
Mhm.
And
Oh.
William Shatner's birthday was this month too, right? Is March
Big
like?
Trek month?
Did you guys ever read that book, The Outliers?
No.
March might be like a Star Trek Outliers thing. Ooh, Troy Boy.
Great joy and
Oh,
gratitude
that's cool.
Great joy.
from both of them.
Here we go. Hey, welcome the Jake the nerd. I will
Oh,
pay for a pic
sorry.
of Stan in Troy gear.
I haven't done
revenue stream.
drag since 2006 when I used to host a President's Day party that was a costume party, politically themed, and I was in 2006 I was Janet Napolitano, the former governor of Arizona.
Topical.
Always.
So in that Variety article, one of the things they said was that there's like a finite group of people, or like a group of people that will go see anything that has Star Trek. Oh wait, hold on, we gotta put you on here.
Here she is.
1 second. That's great. I love the streamers.
Yeah.
Like
Former
handsome
governor.
lesbian.
Also, former California College's chancellor, Janet Napolitano. Remember the leader of the colleges here in California, or here for everybody, who it came out that she had hidden away $100 million in their
Oh
budget.
yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah.
That was J Nap.
Somehow the only thing not mentioned in the article.
Oh.
So they're saying that there's a group of fans that will always go to show up to Star Trek stuff, but that we're not getting newer fans, like that it's kind of aging out.
I kind
I
of
disagree.
because take it, Stan, because probably what you're gonna say is way more intelligent than I will.
Oh,
come on,
I doubt it.
Marcelo.
I doubt it, but that was the one piece that I disagreed with. But it's interesting. Last year was my first STLV, and I noticed, like, I'm 38, and I was like, surely I'm going to be one of the hot young things here. Absolutely not. Only two of those things, but I saw a decent number of kids, which I tend to avoid, but a good number of people in their early 20s and late 20s that were there. So
if you had come 5 years
better.
earlier, though, you would have been a baby, though.
Right.
Like, because we're like the same age. Like, I'm about to turn like 38 in a couple of weeks.
I
You're
remember
coming into your late 30s.
I remember when I was in my 20s,
Yes,
I felt like Voyager
hopefully
brought in a
often,
ton of young
and-
people.
But
Hmm.
you derailed me, Stan. But
So sorry.
but like,
No, it was
like,
me,
like
it
in
was I.
2016, when like around the 50th anniversary, when I was 30, and it was like everyone. It felt like everyone was like way older than me in the fandom. I was like the youngest one ever.
It kind of explains why they've made this, why they're making the Academy. So because they describe that as a young adult series. So it does seem like they're trying to pull in a younger fan base of people, and then have them kind of another wave of fans who will grow with the franchise and kind of rediscover the more adult stuff. I mean, I was watching
Especially
Star
since
Trek
they canceled
TNG as
their
it was
kids
coming out
show.
as a child, so it's like I don't know how that works, but it makes sense why their next series is now Starfleet Academy.
Yeah,
I think
and,
we're
like,
going to see the effects of Discovery's influence on the younger people coming in also, because
Mhm.
I was trying to say
Mhm.
earlier, sorry when I interrupted you, Father, but that Voyager seemed to bring in a ton of young fans into Star Trek. When I mean, I was already in my 20s, and I feel like a lot of teens and like even younger people came in for Voyager. I think Deep Space Nine was definitely targeted to an adult audience, so there wasn't much traction of gaining like younger audience. But Voyager, I feel like had
liked
a
it as a
wider
kid.
appeal. Yeah, but you know, there's always exceptions, but I feel like a lot of younger folks were like, that shows you need to watch all the episodes to keep track of. It was like something hard for people. Even myself, I didn't actually finish DS9 on its first run. I had to watch it on DVD when it came out later.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to love watching Voyager because Voyager was like just kind of really cool scoops of ice cream, and the really thing that was attractive to me about the show was every episode they had like this giant reset button. So I really found it accessible because if I missed a week, I would be okay. Nowadays, as a old man, at least for me, it really ticks me off that Voyager has this giant reset button. And also, I tried to watch Deep Space Nine when I was around the same age, and Deep Space Nine was too inside baseball for me. But now I really have learned to love the show for its its construction. I find it masterful, but I didn't back then. Back then, I found it boring and made me want to. I just didn't like it. Yeah.
I loved Deep Space Nine when it was on the air, and I would interact with older Star Trek fans, and they thought I was so weird that I liked Deep Space Nine so much. And they would be so insistent, like, no, the original series and Next Generation are the best Trek shows, and Voyager and Deep Space Nine can never be as good.
No, I mean, I did a stream today where I said something very, very controversial, at least to me. I have this theory that in about 10 years or 20 years, Star Trek Discovery will get a reappraisal by new fans that don't watch the show it's in its initial run. So essentially, here's where the craziness theory comes in. Star Trek Discovery will become that generation's Deep Space Nine. And this is where I get laughed up. This is where I get laughed off of the stream.
You think Discovery is? I guess it is more like Deep Space Nine than the other Trek shows. You're kind of.
You know, something
What
that
do
they
you
have
think?
in common is that they both have a very deep bench of characters, of like recurring characters.
Mhm.
Because Discovery has kind of had like the revolving door of people like coming and going from the. I'm so fucking. From people arriving and
great.
departing from the ship, and then also like the ship like leaving its time period. So you have like these admirals and like support characters, like people's parents and stuff. And then you go to the future, and it's like, oh, okay, we have like a very like different set of like support characters. But they both have like a deep bench of just like a bunch of recurring characters, and a lot of them people like really love. Like people like really like Lorca. People like love Anson Mount as Pike so much he got his own show. But I don't know. I didn't get like everyone was so excited when Non came back in season 4. But I guess people like love her. People love like Rillick, Adira and Gray. I don't like. There's Admiral Vance, Admiral Cornwell.
Yeah.
Justice for Cornwell. Philippa needs to save her too.
Laurel. A lot of people love
Cornwell.
Laurel.
Cornwell was awesome, man. She was a great character, but she went out like a boss, dude. I mean, come on. If you're gonna go out like that.
But I don't know if the physics make sense. Who was it that was that you, Stanley, on the salon talking about like how does that bulkhead work? Like why? Is
Yeah,
the whole
like
ship made
why
out of
wasn't
it?
the whole ship made out of that shit? Yeah, you were able to beam Spock away from 3 miles, but you couldn't beam that bitch off of deck 2.
Also, if the bulkhead is made of something, what the fuck is the window in the bulkhead made of?
Why wasn't that all
aluminum
over
or-
the ship? You had a torpedo cut through your
Good
hull,
intake.
but
Can I-
like
Can I just
you have a door with a you have a fucking Wendy's door with a sliding window, and that managed to get past it. Come on.
can I just jump in here? Like I will come up with the simplest answer for all of these concerns, but it's probably gonna drive all of you crazy. Writer's convenience. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
That's it.
so hell's gonna Hulk out. You just watch yourself.
It was lazy writing.
He didn't say lazy. He said writer's convenience. He actually said it.
Idiots. I
He
didn't say
actually-
lazy. Writer's
Yeah,
convenience.
he knows. I guess I've conditioned Marcelo.
So hell snap.
So hell
Oh,
smack now. Where is
Oh
it?
my God. Well, I swear
You-
I didn't. I did swear that wasn't me. Trev
Wow.
undid
Wow.
himself somehow. I'm not
Wow,
sure.
so hell. I didn't know
I
you were
swear
together.
Wow.
it wasn't.
He
Wow.
did himself. Okay, wow.
Wow.
Trevor's coming soon.
Trevor, come back.
This internalized homophobia has to stop. So hey.
Yeah. Slow, kill your gaze. Wow. From so hell.
Oh my gosh, real time Star Trek tropes happening on the
Oh
After
my
Dark show.
God.
That's crazy. I don't
Yeah,
even remember what bullet point I was on the Variety article now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Next
We haven't
bullet
talked
point.
about. No,
Oh, what haven't we
Or-
talked about though?
I was gonna say Rachel Garrett. Is that what was next?
Actually, yes, Section 31. So we already talked about it earlier, but we didn't talk about Rachel Garrett actually. So yeah, let's go
Red
into Rachel
Lady.
Garrett. What I want to say is we've seen the actor that they've cast, so we know it's a younger Rachel Garrett. And I think Fathery, you figured that she's in her 20s, so we might
She's
have a
32,
date
but probably playing 20s.
playing 20s. So we might have a rough date as to when this is going to take place.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited because Rachel Garrett is such a compelling character. Like she was such a good like to meet another captain of the Enterprise, the female captain of the Enterprise. It was just like it was a shame that like we only got to see her for that one episode. So I'm excited to see a younger version of herself and how she'll become who she is. And I'm very curious how she'll be involved in the show because the article made it seem like she's just going to be like a cameo or like just a small kind of role, not like a role throughout the show.
I guess I didn't really. What the show? You're talking about like Rachel Garrett.
I mean, sorry, I keep saying show, but I'm talking about the movie, Section 31. It makes it seem like she's not going to be part of like just a cameo or just like
Okay. I
a
didn't get that
moment or
impression.
something like that. I can see if I can find the while you guys think about all that and talk about it. I'll see if I can find the actual quote.
I was listening to the Trek movie podcast today, and Anthony Pascal was saying,
Great podcast.
yeah, I love it. He was saying that he thinks that while Rachel Garrett is in it, that doesn't necessarily mean that the movie takes place in the Lost Era entirely. And I wonder now, I don't know if this is what exactly he was getting at, but as Sohail was talking, he was like, oh, maybe this is going to add a layer to, Rachel Garrett that we've seen. Like she was all for staying, but the second she knew that going back would have been the better choice, she was like, all right, let's fuck with time. Let's do it. So what if in this Section 31 movie, she joins Philippa on some time travel, whatnot. And so now we're learning that she's down to clown with the time stream because she's done it before.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, they do have a time travel connection. I'm kind of hoping that Georgiou just arrives in this Lost Era and it's like, circa 23, 24, and they just stay there, and she just does Section 31 stuff there, and they make a couple of movies about it. Is my hope. I don't know if that's what it'll be, but
welcome back, Trev. Everyone thought I kicked you off the show.
Sometimes you just get angry and you got to kick a bitch out. It's fine. It's fine. No, my computer just decided to restart. So.
Oh. I thought he really.
Is it a Mac?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing that lately. It's so weird. I don't know. Mine's been doing that. Anyways, carry on about what you were saying about Rachel Garrett. And Trev, what are your thoughts about Rachel Garrett?
I'm hoping that it means that she doesn't just like swoop in, pick up Rachel Garrett and go to another time. Like I'm hoping that we actually are in the time when Rachel is around the age of the actress, which I think is like 30-ish.
Yes, sir.
So that would put it, like 10 years before Narendra 3?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's around the year 23, 24. Basically, I want it to be like 300 years from today, like how the original series was 300 years ahead from the 60s. Like I want like George Takei and Walter Koenig to be able to cameo. I want Ferris Bueller dude, Enterprise B captain. What's his name?
John Harriman is the character's name.
I want him to show up.
Yeah.
Like he could be active in this era.
Yeah, it would be cool just because I'm more excited for the time period than I am for the character, though I am excited about the character as well. I like her a lot and wish we got more of her, but understandably we didn't. And she died right behind Fathery, I think, actually.
Oh yeah, like the USS Texas, the Enterprise C was a sister ambassador class starship. Happens to be my favorite class of starship. They're far and few between. The only ones we got on screen was like the Enterprise C, and then at Wolf 359 and Deep Space Nine when they showed it. I think the Yamaguchi was there, and then there was an Excalibur at some point in TNG, but yeah, they didn't use that model very much.
How do you guys expect the show to look? Do you guys expect it to look like the movie
That makes me
era
nervous.
designs, or do you guys expect it to look more like a spin on like what Discovery has done with or Discovery Strange New Worlds? Actually, we should include them as well. And Section 31 is part of that universe, not universe, but that part of subset or whatever. Do you think it'll be that what we saw Pike in other words?
I hope so. I hope so because I don't like the Monster Maroons, and I liked the I know that's controversial, but I liked the Strange New Worlds version of the Monster Maroon, even though I know that was an alternate timeline, but still.
I would like sort of like for them to go back to like the movie era sort of deal if they're going to be spending any time in that specific pocket of space during the movie.
Well,
like
this is
like
the
I think
aesthetic. This is what it should like. That kind of like
yeah.
like Star Trek
Kind of-
6,
kind of like that.
like Star Trek Generations. You know, where like they have like
Yeah.
the Maiko Kuda Elcars have started to infiltrate.
Yes.
but it's
that's
still
what-
kind
yes.
of like all like the metal plating and everything is still very much kind of like the old like Wrath of Khan style. You know, something
Yes,
like that.
yes, that's what I want.
And then
Father,
maybe
you-
something that
you
looks
hit
like a
the nail.
little bit like a Nebula class, like something like halfway between like the Reliant Miranda class and then like a Nebula class starship. Like do something
Yeah.
like kind of like in between the like the early TNG and then like the late TOS movies.
Controversial opinion.
Yep.
They should have
Yeah.
restored Star Trek Generations Enterprise D bridge.
Yeah, that's I
'Cause-
can't co-sign that.
Say that again,
I'm sorry.
Trev?
Because that's the last bridge it was, right? Like, so if you
Yeah.
rebuilt it, it would have been that bridge. Yeah, I get
But
that.
it was
logic.
only that for a brief period of time, I assume.
But for the time in
season
which
7
it crashed,
Wait a
That's
minute.
not what that's not what Geordi restored it to. Geordi restored it to his favorite, obviously.
Oh yeah, but hold up. Like I really love the recreation of the Enterprise D bridge that they did. You know the one thing that pisses me off about that design? There's only one thing.
That the con and ops panels were too tall
That was a little bit annoying, but
because
I
that
was
drove
like,
me fucking crazy.
that was a little bit annoying. But for me, it was the carpet. I'm like, you guys never got the carpet right. And I know.
What do you
something so
mean? It looked perfect, didn't it?
I don't know, but for some reason the color on the carpet
don't
was just
remember.
off to me, and it
To
drove
you?
me
Okay.
nuts.
But what do you think about the whole thing of like Garrett coming back, Marcelo?
I
Or being-
actually,
being expanded upon, I should say.
I actually, when I took a look at the article and I saw her name, I'm like, who is she again? I felt embarrassed. I wanted to actually DM Father and go, who is this character again? Because
She got dropped in. A mention of her got dropped in Star Trek Picard season 3. She's the Red Lady.
This is the showrunners talk to each other. They show each other their scripts.
So yeah,
Okay.
that must have been why.
circulated, yeah.
okay, yeah. But I hope that she gets used effectively, and I hope that that Emperor Giorgio goes to her time and and saves her and pulls her out.
What was her number
Um,
one's name? Castillo. Would Castillo be much younger
Costello.
than her? Castillo. No, it was Castillo. I think.
No, it's Costello. He's Irish.
Ah,
Spanish.
really?
Yes, Costello.
Oh, maybe I'm from the Mandela Effect universe where it's Castillo. I'm pretty sure it's Castillo. Hold on, I'll be back. Make it show, Father.
No, but like I'm sorry, Father. You make it show. You know?
Well, what were you saying, Marcelo?
No, but I think it would. I think that the Section 31 movie is going to be a really cool opportunity for Empress Giorgio to sort of cherry pick from different points of Star Trek and sort of kind of
Hmm.
fix areas of the canon that drive us a little nuts.
I don't want it to be like timey-wimey though. I want it to be like just in that period. Like I whoever it was earlier who I think mentioned, someone said they're more excited for the period than anything else, but that's kind of how I am.
Right.
I anytime they
Right.
announce like a new show or movie or anything, I'm always like, they should do something Lost Era. Like I want to do something where we can have like Captain Harriman show up, but he's like 30 years older than he was in Generations. You know, I want to, or like somewhere where maybe not teenage Picard. He maybe needs to take a break right now, but wouldn't it be cool to go to New Orleans and you go to the Cisco restaurant and there's like a young Joseph Sisko cooking at the restaurant? Like,
That'll be
you know,
that'll be cool.
I just wish there was some way that they could shoehorn Spock into this project.
Oh my God, no. Oof.
I mean, they'd
We-
have to use Nimoy, so they probably wouldn't. So they would be forced to actually exercise some Spock avoidance. Probably a good idea for the franchise.
No, we need to cast another Spock.
Wait, can we get to Paul in this?
Love of that.
I'd
That's
be
a good
fine
idea.
with that. That's possible with Vulcan lifespans.
That's a good idea.
But the galacto-political state in that time period, you know, this is okay. What is it like? Peace with the Klingons, like 30 years into it. How rocky or how stable are those relationships? What's going on with the Cardassians? Isn't this like kind of like early contact with the Cardassians? Are there full-on
That's my
hostilities or
series.
wars yet? You know, there's so much fun stuff to explore there.
Also, there's no indication that it's timey-wimey other than the Guardian sending her back to a
Right.
specific time where she would be no longer suffering from the effects of time travel. So like it seems weird to suggest that she would be jumping around. So I
Right.
think we're landing where we're
No,
landing.
yeah, no, the other no, but where that comes from for me is I just want her to do one thing. And I mentioned it a little earlier in the stream. I want her to either meet and team up with her prime self or save herself from being eaten on the on the ruins of her own ship. So I'm just as simple as that. I just want a couple just variation of one thing to go right.
I mean, we
Of
saw
one
like
thing
a
for her to
piece
do.
of metal go into her brain, like in front of the Enterprise D people. Like they were like looking at like
Yeah.
her corpse. It's like a case like we actually did see the body. So it'd be
Right.
hard to retcon away.
You'd have to make
Yeah.
them all regurgitate her too because they ate her. So
Oh
No, we're talking about Garrett, not Giorgio.
yeah.
I got confused, or I'm like
That
really
was
high and
earlier.
drunk. So
Did you go
yeah.
fact check me to see if
It
Costello
is
was Castillo?
It's Castillo. It's Castillo. Tasha
Wait,
says it.
I'm sorry, did you just dip out of your own stream to prove the straight boy wrong?
I did.
That
Oh
is
my
some
God.
gay drama, and I am here for it. Yes. Hang on. Let me be the most and dip out of my own stream to prove somebody wrong
So Hale, that was
about
You gave
Star
yourself the
Trek.
thumbs up to that.
so Hale, I'm giving you non-salon bonus points for being that fucking petty. That was brilliant.
Thank you. Oh wow.
welcome.
That is so funny.
I wonder if I can do the heart. No, it doesn't do it now.
That is so funny.
Costello. It's Castillo. Don't take away his heritage.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%. Go watch it. Go dip out
Okay.
of the stream.
No,
and watch
I
it.
It
believe
is
you. I
Castillo.
believe you.
But his mother called him Richard.
By the way, so do you think we'll see Castillo in Star Trek?
Answer the question.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, no, maybe. Yeah, they could have been friends. They could have been friends for a while. I think there's no reason why they couldn't have been. So
So
yeah,
Hale, stop trying to make Castillo come.
he's a
not gonna
little.
I will never stop trying to make Castillo come.
I
gonna
had
have
the
a-
biggest crush on that
I
actor
know.
back then.
And it was great that Tasha kind of, looked androgynous with her short haircut, and so the two of them together made me feel like I was like a little blonde boy with
Oh my
with
God.
Castillo. I had to like transpose myself into Tasha. So I had to appropriate a culture.
Man,
I don't
just
think
figured out
you're.
who-
I don't think you're butch enough to be Tasha Yar.
Wow. That's probably true though. That's probably true. Who would we cast as Castillo in like a younger role today? Who would be a good Castillo? Would it be
Marcelo.
Sam Mendes?
No,
Jacob
no,
Elordi.
no, I gotta cut my hair.
Oh,
man.
Jacob Elordi.
Mm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Who were you saying, Marcelo?
No. Father, he wanted to cast me as the younger version of Castillo, but that would mean
Oh
I have
yeah,
to keep
actually,
these
Marcelo, you could
luscious
be.
locks.
He didn't have
Um,
luscious. Well, we don't know when he was younger.
And
He
if they
could wait
need
longer.
if they need a younger version of
Yeah.
Gav, the Tellarite ambassador, I'll do it for like the cheapest union rate I can do it for.
What? How? Like would? No, never mind. That was not the. I was just thinking, like, could we see Tasha again? But no, that's later. Later when they're all like, that's later in the Enterprise. Could we see Captain Harriman in the Enterprise B? Because if they're
that's what
younger,
what's the name of that actor?
Alan
Alan
Ruck.
Alan Ruck.
I was
yeah.
thinking like John Ruck, and I was like, I know that's not right. Okay, Alan Ruck, but yeah,
Alan Ruck.
it would be so fucking cool. Imagine like him and Michelle Yeoh, like I don't know, I think, and like Rachel Garrett. They're like,
That would be cool.
yeah, I don't know.
Depending
I'm
on the
like all
timing,
giddy
that
and
would work.
excited.
Or
Yeah.
like, if not Captain Harriman, it depends on how far back they go, right? Because it could also be a Captain Demora Sulu.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But also I just want to make
Robin
the panel
Curtis.
aware of this.
Yeah.
Do you realize all the speculation that we're doing right now? When the movie actually comes out, we might actually get none of this that we're
That
talking
is
about
true.
right now.
Well, we know
All of
we
my
know
theories
that
are
it's
just
Rachel
wrong.
Garrett.
We're all doing.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this pre-head canon? Because this is not even. It's not even head canon at this point. It's
This
just.
is speculation. This is
Speculation.
This is what the
Speculation
Star
control.
Wars nerds do, and the other Star franchise when they come up with
I
like
know.
all these theories of like
That's
Kylo Ren is gonna
Is-
take off his helmet and reveal that he's actually fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi's long lost sister, and like they have all these fan theories. And then when it doesn't happen, they get all butthurt and mad about it.
We're not gonna get butthurt if none of
Yeah,
us-
yeah. Us Trek fans are not nearly as toxic as those,
Really?
those
We're
war
actually-
assholes.
We're actually not. We're actually. I'm not saying we're a perfect fandom, but we're much better. And I'll say we're the best fandom.
Yes.
Okay.
But we're
I
far
agree.
from perfect. Don't
I'll
get
tell
it
you what
twisted.
I'll tell you what us Trek fans never do: overreact to things.
Shit.
Never.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh my god, that's
Oh, like, like that kind of right back. Whoa, there he is. That's magical. The computer has restarted.
yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go. This was nice.
Well, thank
I had to
you.
take Walter on a walk. Thanks for having me.
Oh, did he push the
Bye.
button?
I'll
Nice
see
to
you
meet
guys
you.
later.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
that was very
stream.
Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
guys. Bye,
Bye.
Trevor.
Bye.
Bye.
That's so cool.
So Hal, I don't know if after the Variety article if anyone would be interested, but I was just pulling up some like Star Trek conventions that are happening over like the next few
Yeah,
months.
let's do it real quick. I'm curious.
Do you want to like? Are you done with like
The only
Variety
other thing
stuff, or-
about
We're gonna
Variety,
war this.
it's
Who's
just-
going?
Do you want to talk about the Star Trek 4 thing real quick? Because I'll-
I thought we talked about it. Didn't we talk
Did
about
we?
it? We didn't talk about it.
It's not gonna happen, y'all.
it's not
It
gonna.
is-
But the prequel movie, the Toby Haynes thing, I wish
And
Will was
that-
still here. I wanted to tell him, he talked about there's been so many false starts and stuff, but a lot of that has evolved just because like they wanted to do something with those Kelvin movie actors, and it sounds like this other movie, this prequel movie, that's actually going to be kind of a prime timeline movie, a prequel to everything. I think a Romulan War movie.
Oh my
That is actually getting traction and might enter pre-production this year. I think we actually might get a theatrical movie in 2026, but it's not going to be the Kelvin movie. It's going to be this other thing
yeah.
for the 60th anniversary.
Feels like the only way we could afford the Kelvin movie at this point is
Mhm.
if it's just all of
Yeah.
them in therapy talking to each other in a room. Like
Yeah.
there can't be any special effects. There can't be any,
One
like
room set.
the salaries of that cast is
It's a
just
bottle
going to be the
episode.
entire budget.
What's the story? It's like they're not like the young 20s version of those characters anymore. They're going to be like
Right.
we're like the 40 we're like the age they were in the motion picture. Like
That's
what-
wild.
what's the
Yeah, no,
story about that?
Yeah, no, but I think if the Calvin timeline cast comes back, I think it'll be something similar to, seeing those characters around the age like of the age that Captain Kirk and Bones and Spock were in Star Trek II or something like that.
Could we get them in the TMP uniforms? That would be fun.
That would be fun.
But
Although they
there's
kind
some-
of did that
like
uniform
that.
with Admiral Marcus was wearing like a version that looked like
Yeah.
that.
Those uniforms would have worked if they had just had a more specific color scheme. They were all too similar.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to this one. I'm going to no others.
This is STLV. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's up to 51.
Which always has 100 actors at least. They typically get like at least 100. They already have 51 booked, but the convention will be August 1st through August 4th. That's the best Star Trek convention. If you go to any Star Trek convention in the world, I say go to this one. It's going to have the most Trekkies to hang out with, and you're going to see the most actors there, the most opportunities for autographs, photo ops, merch, and just, I don't know, cool people to hang out with.
Do you have to like book a hotel now to get a good room and
No,
everything, or
But
no?
book through the creation website. In fact, I need to book my room. I don't think I've booked it yet. Maybe I have. I gotta check my email.
Where is it at? Is it at the Rio?
At
or
the
where?
Rio, yeah.
Which is apparently
Where-
going through a massive renovation right now. I lucked out. My room was old, but it was clean. A bunch of other people I heard, like, apparently the entire third floor smelled of mildew. And so people had to move out of that floor.
Wow.
I know some people had to move because their room was just not girl number one from. Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
the
what?
Traveler. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I've never seen
So-
this guy at a con before. The guy who plays the
It's-
Traveler is going to be there.
It's because he's never been to one. So everyone go to his table and get an autograph from Eric.
That's very
because
cool.
he, I think, was talked into it on a podcast.
Oh my!
Oh,
I didn't realize he had never gone to a con. I saw him. I'm like, oh my god! I've never seen him before. It's like, okay, obviously he's never gone to a con before, but
Oh, okay,
that is so cool. Yeah, what a great opportunity.
so weren't they? So I guess when is that renovation supposed to be done? Does anyone know?
Hey,
It's-
they've been working on it for years, but you don't have
Well,
to stay at the Rio. I typically do, and I've always had like good experiences there. I do hear a lot of complaints from other people, but there a lot of people stay at like nearby hotels surrounding.
The Golden
hotels.
Nugget is across the street. Others are like the Aria is a close Uber,
I
but
stayed at the Aria before. I like that.
But
hotel.
apparently the renovation, like they've talked about it before, but as of last year, it wasn't just, oh, we're gonna do it. It's they actually sold to a new Hilton bought them, and apparently the renovation is currently happening. Because they've told Creation that they can advertise it, and if Creation is putting their own reputation on the line to say that, then it has to be happening.
Can I call out the weirdness?
Oh
of
my God,
listing-
Ronald D. Moore! Oh my God!
listing
He
William
might
Shatner
cancel
and then
though. He always cancels.
listing William
Oh.
Shatner, but then telling us that he's Captain James T. Kirk from the original series. Like, do we need? Like, could they just not have put William Shatner? Like, we don't need. Like, I think we know where he's from.
He always cancels, Father.
Ronald D. Moore, he typically does. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see him at the con, but most
So, have you-
years he cancels.
Have you ever had the opportunity to run into him?
No, I've never seen him anywhere.
Oh
But-
wow! God. See, if I had the money and if I knew Ronald D. Moore was going to be there, like for sure, I would definitely go just to meet him because Ronald D. Moore is one of my favorite writers of all time. He's definitely in my top 6.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully by then he's working on For All Mankind season 5.
I certainly hope
Yeah,
so. But I need to
hopefully
finish
by-
watching season 4. Please, no one say anything. I'm only like 2 episodes in. I need to find time to finish it. I'm just terrible with my
Yeah.
time
Also,
management.
Ron D. Moore. I mean, I personally would love for him to come back to Outlander for the final season. I really, really would like him to possibly co-write the season finale with the current showrunner, but the chances of that actually happening are very slim. Because he's also working on a Swiss Family Robinson thingamabob for Disney Plus. So he's got For All Mankind, the Outlander series, Swiss Family Robinson for Disney, and I don't know if he's going to produce the new Outlander spin-off, Bone of My Bone, for Star.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry.
It's called what?
Bone of my bone.
God damn it, Marcelo! Did you have to
Yeah,
say that?
it's what is it called? It's called. What is it? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Wait, but did you say bone
Coming this year.
of my?
Yeah, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look it up. Hold up. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
For
look it up.
God's sakes, Dan, he already told you where his bed was.
So,
I actually have to drop. I have to go be a faggot elsewhere now. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna go be gay
Bye, Stan.
elsewhere
Thanks
in
for
Los
coming on.
Angeles. Thank you for having me.
Tell him we said hi.
The chaos demon that I am.
Thanks
Live
for
long
the
and
video.
prosper.
It's so cool. We love
bye.
it. Sea of Chaos.
Can I talk about
Oh,
Star Trek
Go ahead.
conventions? After Vegas, creation.
Sure. Do you get paid to do this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm
No.
just kidding. Teasing.
But
Go
I'm
on.
gonna try to do
Unless you do,
panels
which
at
is
some
fine.
of these
You
cons,
should get
so
paid.
people should come and see me. And
Guys, it's called Outlander: Blood of My Blood, not Bone of My Bone. I'm sorry.
okay,
I think Bone of My
Stan
Bone is a
left,
different
so-
movie.
Holy
Yeah.
year.
Wait,
Marcelo.
Les, shut up.
I have seen it, but it's a
That's the
different
porn version.
Yeah. Sorry. I would like to apologize for my Outlander rant there a second ago. But
movie. Wait, where are Nashville?
There's Creation's doing another Trek convention in Nashville. They're gonna do like Sohel. You and I were talking about this off mic, I think, but they're gonna do these roving Trek cons. So they got one. They got one for Nashville. I'm gonna go to.
Like what Mission was supposed to be.
Yeah, this is a 12-hour drive for me, so that's not too bad. I can do that in a day. So I'm gonna show up there, but I don't think there's no like details on it yet. But that'll be in early September, and then in October there's SpaceCon San Antonio, which there's a lot of Star Wars actors, but a lot of Star Trek. So if you like the other Star franchise, you got your Anakin Skywalker. Because this guy is in like
I love that
Marvel
Hayden
stuff,
Christensen
right?
is getting his flowers now, finally, after all these years.
So we got some
Jacob
BSG,
Jacob
but-
Elordi needs his flowers when he physically gets mentally ready to go back to one of those.
Got some Guardians of the Galaxy people. But then look, we got the Shat, Janeway 7, lots of Voyager, Michelle Hurd, Chakotay,
Oh,
Brent
All the work.
Spiner, Geordi, Gates McFadden, John Delancey. I don't know.
Cute.
Sometimes I say the character, sometimes I say the actor. Todd Stashwick, Robert Duncan McNeil. He'll probably cancel. I've never seen him at a con either because he's always working. He's a producer and director and stuff. Melissa Navia, Anson Mount.
He's a producer on Resident Alien. That's really a good show if you guys haven't seen it.
I would actually like to
Terry
meet
Matalas
Amanda
will be
Tapping.
there.
Amanda
Oh, his
Tapping would be
wife
cool.
is okay. His wife is from Austin. That's why he keeps coming to shit around here. It's like whenever there's something like around here. His wife is from Austin. Robert
cool.
Picardo, Ethan Peck, Just Bush, Mika Burton. Oh, cool. So we'll have
Oh, wow, that's
LeVar
cool.
and Mika both,
Just-
a
yeah.
father and daughter.
Yeah, Jess Bush, Nurse Chapel.
So this will be a cool convention. San Antonio is a great city. If you ever come to Texas, there's a lot of terrible parts, but there's also some like really great parts that I hope people visit and appreciate. And San Antonio is definitely a lovely city. I recommend, and I'll be hanging out there that whole weekend probably, because I think this will be a really fun convention. So I'll be in October, and then
Is
in,
there
uh,
is there an Oktoberfest in Texas that's worth going to? No, but that would be
Yeah.
in September though.
Well, there's the best one would actually be the
I
week
guess.
like after this in New Braunfels, which is actually in between Austin and San Antonio. It's very close, called Wurstfest. I've talked to you about it before, but
Oh yeah. No, I
if
remember.
Stan was
Wurstfest.
here, he would make some joke about like it's I don't know, it's like a big sausage fest. It's like a bratwurst festival. So it's like I go there and I pay money to eat like a long
There's definitely
cylindrical
sausage
German meat
going on where
so
you live, Trev.
whatever, yeah. So whatever we're gonna say about, just like
Do they?
covered in like German mustard, Dusseldorf
That's what I wanna know.
mustard all over the place.
Is there a sci-fi convention that correlates with an Oktoberfest? That's the one I definitely want to go
We'll-
to.
we'll
That'd
look
be
into
amazing
that.
to- Trev, does Palm Springs have an Oktoberfest?
I don't think so.
But you guys
Oh.
do have like cool tiki bars. I know that.
No, but because our so wait a minute, because our Pride is the last of the year. Palm Springs, Pride always starts in New York and ends in Palm Springs, and our Pride is the first weekend in November, and then right before that is always Halloween. I don't think we have an Oktoberfest. No.
Oh, very cool.
There's a lot of Germans
Well,
around
that's-
here.
That's fine.
Actually, in that town I was talking about, New Braunfels,
There's enough Germans in Miami that we have a pretty decent Oktoberfest.
there used to be a lot of old timers. Like when I was a little kid, not really now, but there used to be like a lot of old timers who would speak German. Like that was just just commonly spoken back in the day. But in November 8th through November 10th, there is going to be a Creation Trek tour in Syracuse, New Jersey. So we don't have any details on that either.
Oh,
How
the
cool.
USS
So Marcelo, that'll be in
Syracuse.
your neck of the woods.
isn't the USS
Yeah.
Syracuse?
Yeah, it'll be my neck of the
Isn't
woods.
the USS Syracuse the new part
That's a
of the Enterprise
yeah.
D?
Yeah.
The Star
Oh,
Trek.
because Metalis is from New Jersey. God, so yeah, it's all connected.
New Jersey.
But
It's all
if people
I bet he'll
if
be at
people
that
are
one.
interested in like these creation conventions, I encourage people to like get out to them, like go to these, so that they'll actually do them. Reed Pop gave up on it. Reed Pop didn't want to do this, so let's show creation that we're gonna show up if they do these.
Are these creation cons like official or unofficial Star Trek cons?
I mean, they're not an official.
They wouldn't be considered official, but they have the license to do it.
No, they
Okay,
don't. They don't
okay.
have a license, so they don't. They can't write like the name Star Trek on anything. Like they can call it Trek Tour, they just can't call it Star Trek
Oh.
Tour.
Okay. No, because I remember a couple
Gotcha.
years ago that you actually, Father Reed, did a great, I think it was a video explaining why creation is basically not being sponsored by Star Trek directly, and I wanted some clarification.
Well, they used to be, but then
right, yeah, they used to be right.
the long story short is Star Trek wanted to do like bigger cons, so they hired Reed Pop that does large conventions like New York Comic Con. I think they do Emerald City Comic Con. They do a lot of the like the Star Wars Celebration cons, and they did Star Trek Mission Chicago. Sohel and I both went there. We had a great time, but it
Right.
didn't have the turnout that Paramount or Reed Pop hoped for, and then Reed Pop
Well,
lost
Jump ship?
interest.
Right, they jump ship.
Yeah, so that's that.
well, also it was like the first it was the first year people had vaccines, so I don't think a lot of people were comfortable. People were still sheltering and like
Well, that's another
people
thing
were
with
still
Reed
like
Pop. Reed Pop did not want to do Star Trek Mission Seattle because Reed Pop was frustrated with the city of Seattle's COVID restrictions they put on them for Emerald City Comic Con. I'm so sorry. I should have put my phone on silent. So sorry about that. When I was trying to make StreamYards work on it earlier, I turned all my audio things on. So sorry.
no worries.
But Reed Pop didn't want to deal with that shit again. They're like, no, Seattle, we don't want to deal with your restrictive COVID rules. We're not gonna do Star Trek Mission Chicago,
Chicago.
Seattle. That was also
Oh,
a part of it.
Seattle. Okay, cool.
So, but Creation is trying to show Paramount. They're trying to be like, look, we can do it. So maybe they'll become like officially licensed, and we'll get like licensed touring cons, you know. But yeah, they have like the New Jersey one in November, and then in I'm not going to go to the New Jersey one, but I will go to this other one in San Francisco on January 24th through the 26th. So anyone on the West Coast?
Starfleet Command is giving me the cue that we're at 2 hours, so we got to kind of wrap it up. Do you guys want to talk about X-Men 97 or save it for next week and we do two episodes then? Are you watching X-Men 97, Trev?
I am not.
Oh,
I
okay,
will.
so that-
I will.
You'll watch it. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
we
haven't.
save it. Maybe we save it, guys. I just want to say I have a
we can
lot of
save it.
questions about it because I didn't know about that character. That's all I'll say, and then maybe that'll entice Trev to watch it as well.
Well, now I
We
need to
can-
know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, we can save it. We don't have to.
That's all we got then. Do you guys want to promote what else you're doing on the interwebs or on anywhere, or promote someone else's thing? Let's start with you, Trev. Of course, I hope you'll promote the salon.
Of course, I'm going to promote the salon every Thursday at 6:30 Pacific at Salon Trek on all the platforms, and we just participated in a really cool Last Days of Disco sort of celebration hosted by Strange New Pod, and it dropped on their site today at 6:30 Pacific, which is why a bunch of us were late joining you, Sohail.
I totally didn't realize it was happening. I feel bad because I normally wouldn't bump into other shows, but it looks
We
cool.
try to
And
avoid
I can't
that.
wait to go check it out later. Yeah, I try not
It's-
to.
It
Not
was
to
a
do
fun
that.
conversation. It's the first time we did a recorded session, and the first time we had such a small group, but because we needed to stay on topic and have a certain amount of control, plus scheduling it with scheduling a recorded session, we had to make sure that it was a little bit of a smaller group too. But it's a great chat and very similar to how the rest of the salons typically go, just maybe a little more narrow.
I saw that it was very lit in the chat, and then
I just
it
saw
was
Boatwreck's
super lit in the
comment
chat
about
because
hating
when I
Christmas.
found out, oh yeah, we put that on there. I already put that up there. But is that true? Is he playing? Yeah, it is true.
That's so cool.
Shadow.
I like that.
You guys keep freezing for me. Are we all freezing, or is it just me?
I think it's just
No,
you.
I'm not freezing. I'm still here. Mm.
It's just me. I'm not. Okay. Anyways, check out the salon. It was super lit, and also check out the Last Days of Disco festival put on by Strange New Pod.
He's freezing.
Disco, I can't even pronounce right now because I'm quite inebriated. It's me. All right, Father, what do you got to promote? Tell everyone about Text Trek tonight and all the fun stuff that you could do on your Patreon and all that good stuff.
Oh, awesome. Well, we had a great show tonight on the Text Trek YouTube channel. We stream every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central, and then you can also listen on Mondays wherever you get your podcast, whatever podcast platform. But this last show, we were talking about the top 3 things Dave, my co-host, and I want to see in Discovery Season 5 in the final season. Also, the things we don't want to see in the final season. We also unpack a lot of the variety news that we just went over tonight, So all of that stuff with Strange New Worlds. We talk about like that new set, that new science lab. We talk about the potential 4th Kelvin movie, Section 31 theories, all kinds of stuff. So please check that out. We will be covering Star Trek Discovery every week. The new episodes drop on Thursdays. We have a first reaction stream Thursday evenings with Rachel. And then on Friday nights, Dave and I have the deep dive discussion, which you can also listen to on the podcast platforms. But yeah, we'll be doing a deep dive analysis on every episode every week.
Marcelo.
Yeah, if you guys want to catch me and everything that I'm doing on the interwebs, the best place to do that is just by finding me on Twitter. I'm at QuickFanatic88. If you go over there, you'll find a Linktree link to all my various podcasts. I have 4 of them, and my YouTube channel, Balloon Head Productions. But I do want to mention something just really, really quickly. I will be reviewing the first 2 episodes of the final season of Star Trek Discovery this coming Thursday with a really, really good friend of mine, PJ. We're going to do the first episode at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. and then episode 2 at 9 p.m. So look forward to that. I will post links to that stream once I have it up. So come over there and say hi and give me some love on my channel. It's really great.
Very cool. And I'm sorry if I'm cutting out, but the Jake the Nerd. Yes, this is regular. However, tonight we're being simulcast on the Salon or Stan's Twitter. I'm not sure how it's happening, but I can.
Can you even do that? Because to do that on stream,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but I know you can simulcast.
No,
but
you just tell it. I don't know what.
It's magic.
No,
I'm not doing it. Stanley did it. Somehow Stanley magically is simulcasting this. We've got a lot of cool people, by the way. Hello. But if you go to Starfleet So Hail After Dark or Starfleet Boy After Dark on YouTube, you can subscribe here. We try to do these regularly. We're not, sometimes we have like weird timing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty regular on Fridays. And who knows who'll pop in. Like tonight it was awesome. So yeah, please come back, but also check out the Salon, check out Marcelo's stuff and Text Trek, and every there's a lot of cool folks out there if you're looking for Star Trek related content. The After Dark show is kind of like chaos. I want to become the chaos queer of the streaming community.
You just learned
really
that
awesome
word from Jesse Genders.
Twitter. I know I did just learn that. I did just learn that, but it's so fitting. I felt it in my bones. I was like, oh my god, that's what I want to be. I want to be a chaos queer. It's like the best thing ever. I also have Starfleet Boy Actual, which is another channel where we've been doing casual and informal conversations about Star Trek, where we do episode by episode discussions. We're currently doing the animated series. There will not be an episode tomorrow at 3 p.m. though. No, I know there's only 2 episodes left, so we're stretching it out so that
okay,
we
I'm
can
sorry.
savor the animated series because it's so great. I can't believe how much I love it. Oh, am I frozen? Did I freeze again? I'm sorry.
A little bit, but you're back.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, check that stuff out. And then Fridays in the afternoon, I've been doing a kind of catch up on Lower Decks season 5. I never did discussions for that, so me and Trek on the Tube have been doing discussions on Fridays. And then when Discovery is back, we'll probably do a Friday morning stream. We'll see, is the plan like early morning. Let's see if that if folks will show up for that. So anyways, that's all we got. Live long and prosper, everyone, and we will see you next time.